Top of the morning, everybody. Eric's Secondary Machine out in the shop this morning. So I finished up my little quill project here, and it came out pretty good. It kind of sucks that the casting isn't square to the quill, and so right at the very end, I ended up having to make it so that this side isn't parallel with that side, which kind of drives me nuts. But this is actually very, very accurate. Turns out actually the graduations on the wheel too are actually very, very accurate. So I can adjust this. I can use the fine feed. Everything's exactly the way I want it. This could have maybe come out slightly better, but accuracy is really what I was after. So it may not be the prettiest thing going, but it does function as intended. Look at this big hole through here. I need to make a plate. Yesterday I pulled the pulley off of the top of there and realized that I'm getting chips down into the top of the quill here. And so I think stuff's coming up through this hole. So I'm going to make an aluminum plate here. Also, I've known since I got this machine that, look at the damage somebody did to this. Look at how hard do you think they were leveraging on this to break that casting? And I'm pretty sure what occurred is they were leveraging right here with something long and did that damage. You know, they could have just taken this big nut off the top and, you know, you can see I've got a puller thinking I was going to need it. And actually, technically, I did use it, but I was actually able to run the puller with my thumb and finger to get this to pop off. So not sure what somebody was thinking when they did that. I'm going to try to fix it. So I'm going to back this with some aluminum and try to weld it up with the MIG welder, just try to fill this in. It's not balanced. And it probably never will be balanced again, but it'll be closer, I think, if I get something back in there. You can see the balancing holes that were drilled in this, but I think if I back this with aluminum, try to fill it in some, and then turn it down here on the lathe. One of the problems with a small lathe is you can't always get to what you need to. Sometimes you have to use a little bit of a workaround. So I think with this boring bar set up this way, I can still get to the inside of the groove here, and I'll be able to machine that down and make it look good. Machine this face and make it round again. So we'll see how that part of it goes. My micrometer stop came from eBay. You know, I've probably owned 5 or 6 of these little South Bend lathes over the years, and I had never gotten one that actually had this. And actually I thought they were about half this size. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how large these are. And then, of course, while I was waiting, because I keep my micrometers and stuff up here, I thought I lost my long travel Enco, and I thought that you know, it had gone with the other 10K that I sold recently. But it turns out I just needed to look in this drawer. There's my long travel indicator, and the whole reason I bought this was because the one that I had built, I thought I accidentally gave it away, but no, it was just in this drawer. That's kind of a testament to how little use I've been getting out of my metal lathe in the last year or so. So anyway, didn't necessarily have to order this, but now I own one, and I do like it. I like being able to work to a stop, and having the factory one is kind of nice. I've got a lot of stuff for this lathe actually. 2 3-jaws, 2 4-jaws. I've got the collet set to it. Here's a live center. Here's the collet set. This is a tool for pulling the spindle out. There's a huge 3-jaw which I use to make this riser for the mill. So I've got quite a bit of stuff for this. But anyway, that's what's going on out here in the shop this morning. I will check in with you guys again later on.